Hi guys, I wanted to go over for a few minutes here exactly what online reputation management is, some of the details of it, how it's applied in a real life campaign, and some of the tools that we have available that we need to continue to push and push and push on a monthly basis to help make headway in our campaigns. So essentially, what online reputation management is, it's the inverse or it's the opposite of a normal search engine optimization or SEO campaign. So, for example, we have this site, Ginger Shots. Okay, this is a normal campaign. This is our money site. Okay, meaning that we don't have lots of different URLs. This is it. The goal of this in a normal campaign is to have as many keywords or as many lines out there that are leading to this site. So if somebody types in ginger shots in Google, if they type in ginger juice, if they type in pomegranate extract, I don't know. The goal is to have as many keywords out there leading to this one site. Online reputation management is kind of the opposite of it. It still uses SEO techniques, but it's kind of the opposite, where we don't have a money site. Actually, and using this as an example, this is one of our current clients. His name is Peter Farley. One of his keywords is Peter J. Farley. And where online reputation management comes into play is it's not something positive that we're trying to promote, like Ginger Shots. It's actually something negative. It's negative search engine listings that we're looking to push down and hide out of place. We have no control because it's on someone else's server, usually their news servers. We have no control over removing that page, removing that site. All we can do in the search engine is when somebody types in a name of somebody or a brand or a company name, that we ensure and we change the landscape of what shows in the SERPs, especially the first page. So it's kind of search engine manipulation, I guess, where again we're trying to manipulate or we're trying to change over time all the different listings, all 10 listings on at least the first page, if not the first and the second page, so that it looks positive and favorable for whatever our keyword is. Either it's a person, if it's a person hiring us like Peter, if it's a company that has some bad press on them. So in this example, like I said, Peter J. Farley, this is one of our keywords for this client. We have two keywords. It's Peter Farley and Peter J. Farley. And because it's the opposite, usually you only have one, maybe two keywords, no money site, and a lot of other asset sites, profiles, a lot of other things helping. So as an example, we type in Peter J. Farley, we come down here, and this is the negative site that we're trying to push out of sight. It's negative about Peter. It's two businesses and owners indicted in connection with, I think it's tax fraud or whatever the case may be. Peter hired us to push this listing down and down and down and down to the point it's out of sight. I believe this started somewhere up here in the beginning, about a couple months ago, and we've been able to slowly push it down. How this happens is a couple things. You can take low-hanging fruit and you can look at what's existing in the search engine results. You've got this ZoomInfo listing right here. You've got health grades. We didn't do this. This isn't us, the health grades. I'm not sure if we did. It doesn't look like we did ZoomInfo either. These are not profiles that we created. However, you'll notice that they're right behind this. And so even though this isn't our client, it's okay in this case, even though this isn't technically our client, if we were to link and push and market these, which are right behind the negative, over hopefully a little bit of time, Google would change the search engine results where this health grades would get moved up and this news article would get moved down. And in turn, I would link to a couple of these because you never know. I would do some linking for health grades. I would do some linking for this ZoomInfo, maybe even what's number 11 here on page 2. But essentially, we want to market what's behind the negative. So we wouldn't worry about anything up here. We wouldn't worry about this peterjfarley.org, peterjfarley.net. None of this stuff up here matters because we've already pushed this down to position 8. So what we want to do is anything behind this, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12 on page 2, number 13, number 14, we want to mark it in order to push down this in the search engine rankings. So that's kind of the low-hanging fruit where it's purely a linking play. We link to existing profiles. For example, we would just take that URL and link with anchor text Peter J. Farley. In a couple instances, we would take this URL right here and we would link with anchor text, same as our keyword, Peter J. Farley, in an attempt to move this up. So that's one strategy. We employ a couple different strategies at the same time. Another strategy is creating relevant, authoritative either content or profiles. We create things. We create things because we have control over how it's optimized, and hopefully it starts to rank rather quickly somewhere on page 1. That's the goal. So as an example, this branded URL that we got, so peterjfarley.com, being a branded URL for this keyword that we're going after, obviously there's a lot of relevance. This just has Peter J. Farley as the title. We could probably add something else, just what it's about after it. But let's open this up. This is a site in October that we created. It's called a mini site or a microsite. There's nothing special about it. It's literally a one-page WordPress post. That's all it is. We get a URL, we install WordPress on it, we install a professional but very, very clean and easy and free theme, and we just clean that up a little bit, and then we put unique content on it. So it's the content is from Peter's blog on his automotive site, so it's relevant. It still reflects him properly. And this is helpful. So this gained traction not only in creating it, but also linking to it and doing a little bit of off-page marketing. So we were able to get this 10, 9, 8, 7. We were able to get this in position 6 on page 1 for this keyword. Being in position 6, it's above what's now position 8, which is the negative. So it's good. This acted in pushing this down or taking its spot. peterjfarley.org. In this case, this is not us. This is actually an author out of somewhere else. However, it did the job. We linked to it a little bit. It was highly relevant. There was no harm in linking to it, and it did the job in being position 7. Now pushing this down to position 8. I'll go over here on page 2. This is another one of our branded sites. I would highly recommend linking to this and doing whatever we can to push it up in the search engine results. Again, we've got exact match keyword in the title. We could probably add just a little bit more what this article is about in the title. Exact match in the meta very naturally. And we'll take a look at this site that we built. It's very simple. We get our content from Fred. And as you can see, it's a free one-page WordPress post. And this is unique content. It's not found on their site. It's also not a duplicate of any other microsite that we build. We want it to be as sticky and attractive as possible. And I'll show you one last site if we go down here. So this is a little farther down. It is relevant. We do have control over it. It was recently completed March 1st of this year. I would highly recommend linking to this as well, although I know it's farther down. So this is about his simple one-page blog. It's about his role with Entrepreneurs Organization. So we gave Fred, our content writer, information to run with. He ran with it. We use it in the blogs or these one-page microsites. We cleaned it up a little bit just so it's really clean, as optimized as possible. Even Peter J. Farley's the author here. Everything that we can do to help get these to rank. Okay, so if we're not piggybacking on and linking to existing sites, and even something like this, you see Ancestry.com, this is kind of ranking. It's relatively close to that negative on page 1. So because this is deep in, and it's about Peter J. Farley and it's tied to Ancestry.com, Ancestry.com is a very authoritative site. JustGiving is a reasonably authoritative site. So these are already ranking, they're already here, and they already rank for Peter J. Farley. So it would be very, very wise for us to complete linking that in turn helps to market and push these sites up even farther. Again, above and beyond, things that we have control of, things that we create as part of the campaigns, there are these microsites. We're going to need to get some more of these for this client soon, some other URL variations. Another avenue for us to create are social and professional profiles. So kind of in one fell swoop, maybe over the course of 1 or 2 months, and this is for a different client, but basically we go in, we create a Gmail account, and we go through this list, all the different social profiles that are very authoritative, a couple different social bookmarking sites, all these professional profiles, Merchant Circle, Manta, Zoom Info, Meetup, White Pages, some of these online photo galleries. We take advantage of the authority of these URLs and we create essentially profiles for this client. Again, we create a separate Gmail account just to keep things away from the client. We don't want to bombard them with all the spam and the emails that come through, but essentially just going through one at a time and creating the most optimized professional or social profile possible using our keywords. In this case, it's Peter J. Farley. In this example, it's a different client. It's Mark Abdel, real estate agent. That's that keyword, but not to worry. So you can see we have very optimized sites, social profiles. If at all possible, also try to always get a vanity URL, because obviously a vanity URL with the keyword in it, as you can see here with Mark Abdel, here with Mark P. Abdel, Mark Abdel, it helps. Everything helps for ranking. So this is another avenue that having this and presenting this in a cleaner fashion in reporting also helps to communicate value to our clients, what we're doing for them. And lastly, because online reputation management, there is no money site, we have a little bit more leeway to, nothing black hat, but we have a little bit more leeway to push the envelope in terms of gray hat marketing. So it's kind of a shotgun approach to a certain degree. If I were to look at this, here's the negative listing. We obviously do never want to link to this. We never want to encourage or promote or market this. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I've got 8 or 10 sites just underneath that that I would market. And so obviously you're not going to create issues linking to something like Ancestry.com. You're not going to create issues with Grey Hat, linking with some of these other sites. I highly doubt some of these microsites that we create, these one-page microsites, will have penalty issue. If it did, you're not hurting a money site. So again, have a different hat on in terms of strategy. I think this is more of a quantity play versus a quality play, but nonetheless, we want to try to do whatever we can to get results. I'd also look like 3 pages in. Yeah, not much, especially as new. Okay, so here I'm on page 3. And I see a relatively new site that was created, peterfarley.net. So look in a couple pages. I would not only have focus on linking on what's immediately behind, maybe the first 5, 6, 7, what's behind the negative. I'd also look in and I would target something like this, and I would add a little bit of extra linking to this as well. We created this. It's part of our campaign. We really want to market and promote it to get these front and center. So the last strategy can also include PR marketing. So, typically for our regular SEO clients, we have a subscription to PR Web, and those are not cheap credits. But they're professional syndication. They go nationwide. They're good for our more established SEO clients. For something like this, we can get content, something that appears PR worthy. Maybe Peter joined a new organization, or something with philanthropy, or something for Fred to go off of. We can then submit it to some of the PR sites, syndication sites that are either free or very, very inexpensive. And that's also another good source, so that those PR links actually rank as well. Not only will those PR links rank as well, but you can also have links inside the PR that feed link juice to whatever you'd like. Say you had 2 links in there that were Peter J. Farley as the anchor. One of the links inside the PR link to this, the health grades, the other link to Zoom info. So not only is that helping from a linking standpoint, it's also creating its own SERP listing from the PR itself. So I'm open to ideas. I hope this gives kind of a 30,000 foot overview on what online reputation management is. It's basically manipulating or changing the landscape of how search engines present certain keywords. So I hope this was helpful. Please reach out to me with any questions, any strategy, to see if I have any templates. I'm always happy to help. I probably have a template for you for something. Thank you.